and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with another makeup tutorial. So it was my birthday on Saturday, the weekend just gone, so I thought I would show you the makeup I did for my birthday. I went for like a picnic and a few drinks, but this is the makeup that I wore and how I had my hair. But I thought I'd show you how I did my makeup. I've done exactly the same makeup as I did on Saturday, so everything's exactly the same, all the products are exactly the same. So I just thought I'd show you how I did my makeup for my 20th birthday. So if you would like to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. First thing I'm going to do is take the EMBRYOLISSE LAIT-CREME concentrate and just use this as my moisturiser and kind of as a primer. This can be used as a moisturiser, moisture mask and as a primer. I love using this on the base of my makeup. I'd use it before I do any of my makeup, and obviously I'm going to put a little bit of lip balm on. I had a bit of trouble getting it out, hence the funny faces, but you always want to start with the prep of the skin. So I'm going to be using the PEARS transparent soap and spraying that with the Max Fix Plus. And I'm going to take a disposable mascara wand and use this just to tame my brows. So as you can see, if you just comb it through with the soap, it gives you that kind of brow lamination effect. So that's what I'm doing now. It makes them fluffy and spiky. I'm getting better and better at using this the more I do use it, because I was having a bit of trouble in my last one. And then I'm going to take a cotton bud and just wipe under and over my brows so that there's no soap left over, because sometimes the soap can interact with the other products. So now I'm taking the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate, and I'm going to use this to carve out my brows. So I'm just taking that on a Morphe concealer brush. I'm going to run underneath my brows. I haven't filled them in or anything yet because I'm letting the soap dry. So as I said, I'm just running that underneath the brows so that I've got the shape that I'm going to want when I fill them in. I'm just going to do this on both of my eyebrows, and then I'm going to take that product and I'm going to actually use it as my eyeshadow primer. The reason I'm not using my P. Louise base is because when I'm doing more of a simple look, I use a concealer, and when I'm doing more of a dramatic, I want a thicker base, so I will use the P. Louise. But as you can see, I'm literally just using this all over my eyes. It's quite a bit lighter than my natural skin tone. I am a little bit tanned at the moment, but I want that to give that highlighted brow bone effect. I'm just going to take, once I put that all over my eyes with the concealer brush, I'm then going to take a beauty blender and just blend that all in. This is just going to make sure that your base is nice and blank, ready for your eyeshadow, even when you're not doing a lot of eyeshadow. And I'm just going to set that with the Rimmel Transparent Powder in the shade 001. When you're using concealer as your eyeshadow base, you need to make sure that you do set it. When your eyeshadow bases are made so that you don't need to, but concealers you do need to set down, otherwise they'll crease. So all I'm using for my eyeshadow is the Benefit HOOLA bronzer in the shade Caramel. So I'm taking that on a Unicorn Cosmetics brush. It's a little bit dense, and I'm going to focus this on the outer third and then blending that through the crease. I'm just going to keep picking up the product and darkening it up till I'm happy with it. So I'm using a denser brush to apply the product, and then I'm going to take a Morphe Jaclyn Hill big fluffy brush to blend that all out. I've got nothing on the brush. I'm just using that to make sure there's no harsh lines and it is all blended out. As you can see, I'm just checking back, blending it out, then I'll go back in with the dense brush and apply some more product, and I'll just repeat this process until I'm happy with the amount of eyeshadow pigment that there is on the face, on the eyes, sorry. As I am only doing this bronzer on the eyes, I do want it to be quite pigmented. As you can see, I was just checking, going back, blending it all out, making sure they're even. For lashes, I was actually wearing the individual lashes, so I didn't want anything too dramatic on my eyes, and as I didn't want to be worrying about my lashes all day, so I actually decided to do individual lashes. I did about 6 on each eye, starting from the outer corner, and I only did them on the outer corner. So there you can see the difference with eyelashes and without. It's very subtle, but it does make a difference, especially once you apply mascara. So what I'm doing here is just pinching the lashes to my real lashes so that the individuals are as close to my lash line as they can be. I do this with strips or with individuals. I'm then going to move on to primer. So I'm using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I spoke about this in my new products video. So I do really like this. I think it gives you a really blank base so that your makeup applies really smoothly, and I just apply that with my hands. I'm then going to be mixing 2 foundations. This is my favourite foundation combination at the moment. So it's the Maybelline Superstay, which as you all know is like my favourite foundation, mixed with a bit of the Born to Glow. I just think it gives the most gorgeous coverage and such a nice finish. So it's not too glowy and it's not too matte, because I did find the Born to Glow on its own can be a bit too glowy and make me a bit too oily throughout the day. I'm just using a Morphe buffer brush to blend this all in. Because my neck and my face aren't as tanned as my body, I'm obviously blending this down my neck because I wear SPF and your face don't catch it as much. But once I've applied that with a buffer brush, I'm then going in with a beauty blender to make sure that that is all seamless. I do like to go in with a brush first so that most of the product is on the face, and then go in with the beauty blender. Now I'm just going over a couple of places that I wanted a bit more coverage, so like the centre of the face, so going in with the brush, and then I'll blend that all out again so that I've got a flawless base. What I'm doing now is just going over my eyebrows with my finger and pushing the hairs up so that they are in the position I want, and then just taking the NYX eyebrow pencil and going through my eyebrows. This is all I do. I don't underline or overline them. I'm really liking a more fluffy natural brow at the moment, so I'll literally go in with the eyebrow pencil and then go in with the spoolie end and brush it all through, and that is all I will do because the soap's already got them in place. It just adds a bit of colour back. I'm then going to go and cream bronze, as I always do, with the LA Girl concealer in Beautiful Bronze. So obviously applying that quite above my natural cheekbones, because when you blend it out you don't want it to go below that. Putting it on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, under my lip and on my jawline. And then when I go to blend this out, I'm going to blend out the places I want blended out the most first. So I don't know if that makes sense, but like I'll blend out my jaw first, then my forehead, and obviously I want my cheekbones to be quite chiselled. I want the concealer to almost set a little bit so it doesn't blend out as well, because you don't want the concealer to move as much. So for example, the jaw you do want to be very well blended, the forehead you do want to be very well blended, whereas the nose, the under the lip and the cheekbones, you kind of want the concealer to stay near enough where you put it. So now obviously I'm going in and blending out that concealer, starting with the dabbing motions, and then I will properly blend it out. As you'll see in a second, that's kept the concealer where I've put it, so it stayed right on my cheekbones so that I haven't gone below them. I'm then taking a Sigma brush to blend out the nose contour and under the lip. I like to do my cream contour first before my concealer so that I can almost like correct where if the contour's gone too far, the bronzer's gone too far. I'm then taking that same concealer that I used on the eyes but in a slightly darker shade, so this is in C8, and I'm going to put that. I've realised I don't need to use as much concealer as I normally do. I have actually been liking putting it, as you can see, across near my lips up to my cheekbones to almost give the impression that my cheekbones are higher than they are. It just kind of cuts that off, and then again it's the same thing as the cream bronzer. I'm blending out where I just kind of want to highlight first, and then anywhere I do want a bit more coverage I will blend out last. So for example, under the eyes I want to add more coverage there because I don't really put foundation under my eyes, so I'm going to blend that out last so the concealer's almost had time to set. You can see me lip singing to whatever music I had on, but I'm just using a Morphe, like I think it's like a buffer, like a mini buffer mini buffer brush. But as you can see, I used to put so much concealer on, and I realised like I literally didn't need to because I'd end up absorbing most of it in the beauty blender anyway. I am taking that concealer slightly onto the eyelids to almost make my eyes brighter, make them a little bit lighter, and blending that up wherever I want to highlight. I then went over with my foundation brush and blended everything in, just because it will still have a tiny bit of product on it, and it will just help everything look a bit more seamless and blended together. I'm then going to powder with the RCMA No Colour Powder. And what I do with this is, first of all, I'll set anywhere I've put that concealer, so under my eyes, forehead, nose and chin. So as I said, I'll set it first and then I'll go in and bake anywhere that I feel needs to be baked. So for instance, on my birthday or on this video, I will just bake under my eyes for now, and what I will do is I'll actually finish doing my eyes whilst that's on, because my eyes do water a lot. But if you have powder on when you apply the mascara, it helps it stay in place. So using the Charlotte Tilbury mascara, and this is when you'll really see the effect of the individual lashes, you'll see that however natural it looks, it does just look like I've got really long eyelashes, and the edges having that extra bit of lash just adds a really nice cat eye effect. Wiping off that bake now, I don't leave it on for long because I've already set the face. I'm going to finish off setting that cream bronzer with the HOOLA Caramel, the same as we used on the eyes. I like using the same colour bronzer on my cheeks and my eyes because I feel like it ties the whole look together. I literally love this bronzer, the Caramel, compared to the original. I do like the original. I think it's more of a cool shade, whereas this is a bit darker for summer. I'm then just taking a little bit of that bronzer under the eyes to tie the whole eye look together, as it's very simple. You just want to balance out the top and the bottom, and then going to bake under my cheeks. So again, following the outer corner of my lip all the way up, and this is again going to give the effect of a lifted cheekbone. Using a little bit of blusher from Sigma. It's more of a it's real natural shade, just because I wanted to keep it quite bronzy, and then just wiping off that bake and going in with the Milani baked bronzer just to add a little bit of glow, because I don't really wear highlight. So this is just gonna blend everything out, give you that real bronzy summer vibes. For lips, I actually wore a red lip. So this is the Urban Decay 24/7 lip pencil. So I went in with that first, and then went in with the Dior lipstick. That's why I wanted to keep the eyes quite simple, because I was doing a red lip and I was just doing a day thing. I didn't want it to be too overpowering. So yeah, that's why I chose to do natural eye with a nice red lip. This is my favourite red lipstick. I think it's the perfect red shade for me personally. I then set all of my makeup in place with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, because I wanted it to last all day of a night of my birthday, and that was the finished result of my birthday makeup. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.